Ever get that gut feeling that your stomach and your brain are like totally in cahoots?
Yeah, yeah,
And it's not just about, those intuitive feelings either.
right.
We're really diving deep today into all the ways our gut health impacts our brain.
Definitely, yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It is. It's a fascinating area of research that's really exploded in recent years.
So we're talking about the gut microbiome,
Right.
right?
Go.
But for people who are like, okay, what is that? Can you give us a quick, like, microbiome 101?
Yeah, absolutely. So think of it this way. Your gut is like a bustling city, but instead of people, it's teeming with trillions of bacteria, fungi, viruses, all these microorganisms. That whole community is what we call the gut microbiome.
So it's like a whole world living inside of us.
Yeah. And get this, there are actually more of these microbial cells in there than there are human cells in your entire body.
Wow. That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is pretty amazing, yeah.
So we have this whole civilization going on in our gut. But how do these little guys actually communicate with our brains? It seems like a long way from, our stomach to our head.
Yeah, you'd think so, right. But they're way more connected than you might think. It's through this, what we call the gut-brain axis, this two-way communication highway. And a big player in that is the vagus nerve, this long nerve that runs directly between your gut and your brain.
So like a direct line, like a fiber optic cable almost, sending signals back and forth.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
But it's not just nerves, though. Your gut also produces hormones that can actually travel up to the brain and influence things like, whether you're hungry or not, how stressed you're feeling, even your mood.
Oh, wow. So you're saying that craving for a giant cookie, that could be my gut talking, sending signals through hormones.
It's possible. We often think about food cravings as being all in our heads, but the gut's definitely playing a role there, too.
That's wild.
And we can't forget about the immune system either,
Oh, right.
because your gut microbes, they're constantly talking to your immune cells, and that can really impact inflammation throughout your body.
And inflammation that affects the brain too, right?
Absolutely. That's a huge part of this connection.
So it's like this complex web, the nerves, the hormones, the immune system, all playing a part in this gut-brain communication superhighway.
That's a great way to put it.
Wow.
And this whole communication highway, it really comes into focus when we start talking about neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers in our brains.
Right, right. Things that affect like our mood, our focus, all of that.
Exactly. And get this, your gut actually plays a huge role in producing some of those key neurotransmitters.
Wait, really? I always thought that was all happening in the brain.
It's a common misconception. Take serotonin, for example.
Serotonin, that's like the happiness molecule, right?
That's the one. And about 90% of it is actually made in your gut.
90%. So you're saying that most of the serotonin in my body, the stuff that's supposed to make me feel good, that's coming from my gut, not my brain.
Exactly. And specific bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, these little guys are like serotonin factories in your gut.
Wow, so having a healthy balance of those bacteria is important for like keeping our mood stable.
Absolutely. Research is showing more and more how an imbalance in those gut bacteria is linked to things like anxiety and depression.
Wow, it's incredible how much impact those tiny microbes can have.
It really is. And, serotonin is just one piece of the puzzle. We also have GABA.
GABA, what's that one do?
GABA, or gamma-aminobutyric acid, is like your brain's natural chill pill. It helps calm things down, reduces anxiety.
So if serotonin is the gas pedal, GABA is the brake.
Love that analogy. And guess what? Your gut bacteria, they have a say in that too.
No way. Our gut bacteria are involved in producing GABA. Okay, so we have these little guys in our gut influencing our happiness, our ability to relax. What else?
Well, we can't forget about motivation and drive.
Oh, right, right. What's the neurotransmitter for that one?
Dopamine.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
The reward and motivation molecule? Are you telling me our gut bacteria are involved in that too?
You got it. Your gut microbiome can actually influence your dopamine levels.
So if my gut's out of whack, that could be contributing to me feeling sluggish and unmotivated.
It's definitely possible. This whole gut-brain connection, it's really revolutionizing how we think about mental and physical health.
So I've been talking about how amazing this connection between our gut and our brain is.
Yeah.
But it really makes you think about how, like, everyday life, like the things we eat, how stressed we get, how much that actually plays a role
Absolutely.
in this whole system.
It really does.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's really one of the most exciting areas of research because for so long,
Right.
we didn't realize how much of an impact our lifestyle had
Yeah.
on this gut-brain connection.
Yeah.
And stress is a big one.
Oh, stress. Yeah.
I mean, everybody talks about stress being bad for you, but it's hard to avoid sometimes.
Right. Exactly. It's like it's everywhere.
It is.
Yeah. So what happens when we're stressed? What's going on in our bodies with this gut-brain connection?
Well, it's kind of uh, a vicious cycle, really.
Oh, no.
Have you ever noticed, like, when you're really stressed out, your stomach, like, knows it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like butterflies, you feel it in your gut.
Totally.
That's because stress hormones, especially one called cortisol,
Okay.
they can actually disrupt the lining of your gut
Oh.
and make it more permeable. We call it leaky gut sometimes.
Leaky gut. So things are escaping from where they're supposed to be.
Exactly. Things that should stay in your digestive tract end up leaking out into your bloodstream.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound good.
No, it's not great because then that triggers this inflammation response, not just in your gut,
Uh-oh.
but throughout your whole body,
Okay.
and especially in your brain.
So it's like this domino effect. Stress leads to leaky gut, leads to inflammation everywhere, and our poor brains are caught right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's a cascade. And
Yeah.
the inflammation can show up in so many ways,
Yeah.
from digestive issues, like you might have heard of irritable bowel syndrome,
Right.
IBS, things like that, all the way to mood disorders, anxiety, depression.
Wow. So it really can impact like every aspect of our well-being, it sounds like.
It really can.
So are we just stuck then? Like if stress is so bad for our gut, which is so bad for our brains, like is there anything we can do?
Yeah, no, that's what's so exciting.
Okay, good.
We actually have a lot of control over our gut health
Okay.
and by extension, our brain health.
Give us the good news. What can we do?
Well, diet is huge.
Of course.
We've talked about prebiotics.
Right, the food for our good gut bacteria.
Exactly. And those are things like, your garlic, onions, bananas, asparagus.
Gotcha, so load up on those.
Yeah, they're like fertilizer, keep those
Mhm.
good bacteria happy.
Yeah. I love that analogy, yeah.
And then, of course, there are probiotics, which actually introduce those live beneficial bacteria.
Right, so prebiotics feed the good guys, and probiotics add more good guys. Makes sense.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, what else? What else can we do?
And don't underestimate the power of polyphenols.
Polyphenols? What are those again?
They're these amazing antioxidants,
Okay.
and they're found in like colorful fruits and vegetables, tea, even dark chocolate.
So eat the rainbow.
Exactly. Eat the rainbow. They protect your beneficial bacteria and fight inflammation.
It all comes back to eating a healthy diet, doesn't it?
It really does. It's like the foundation,
Yeah.
but it's not everything.
Okay, what else is there?
Managing stress is equally important.
Oh, there it is again. I know, but that's so much easier said than done.
True, but there are so many tools out there now.
Yeah.
Mindfulness practices like meditation, yoga,
Okay, yeah.
shown to be incredibly helpful for both stress and gut health.
Right, right. And we can't forget about exercise.
Exactly. Moving your body, it's like a multivitamin.
Yeah, I like that. A multivitamin for our gut-brain connection.
Keeps things moving, reduces stress, and helps those good bacteria thrive.
Amazing. So we've got prebiotics, probiotics, colorful fruits and veggies, stress reduction, and exercise. It all sounds so simple when you put it like that.
I know, right? It's back to basics in a lot of ways.
It really is.
But the key is consistency.
Small changes, but done consistently over time.
Exactly.
Well, this has been absolutely fascinating. I feel like this deep dive into the gut-brain connection has really opened my eyes.
Pretty amazing stuff, and we're really just scratching the surface.
It really makes you appreciate how interconnected our bodies are. We often think of our gut and our brain as separate entities, but they're really in constant communication, influencing each other in ways we're only beginning to understand.
It is incredible, and who knows what the future holds, right?
Right. Imagine personalized diets tailored to our unique gut microbiomes.
Wow.
Or targeted probiotic treatments for things like anxiety and depression.
The possibilities are really exciting. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
there's so much we can do today to support our gut-brain health.
Exactly. And it's empowering to know that we have that power. So to our listeners, if you're feeling inspired, why not try incorporating some of what we've talked about today? Even small changes can make a big difference in the long run. And be sure to join us again next time for another deep dive into the fascinating world of health and wellness.